Recorded live with little or no editing, it's Defense Up Special Edition. We're going over the 32-person tournament. This is take two after we did a test run with the microphone muted. It was so nice of people to, in my voice chat, I've got Prplstiky, Zero Cool Gamer, and Juicy, who did not have the decency of telling me my microphone was muted. But we're up and running now, and we're gonna be going over some of these new rules that are coming in. This is for the tournament. Remember, after the tournament, it reverts back to basically what we're dealing with right now, those garbage rules that nobody likes. They're basically going to stay the same. There's a couple of change-ups, but that's later. Right now, we're talking about the tournament and what teams you should be using in rooms 1 through 6. Global rules are pretty basic. You can see them there on the screen. Going over to stage 1. When it rains, on defense and offense, this works both ways. When a positive effect is applied to a character, increase the duration of all positive effects for the allies of that character by 1 to a maximum of 3, and that also happens for negative effects as well. Works just the same. After much debate, we talked about Infinity Watch being probably a really good choice for this room. They have Safeguard, they have a lot of positive effects being applied to them. You are gonna have to come into this team applying negative effects. Remember, they don't get the immunity on spawn anymore. They're not boosted that well, but it's still gonna be a tough team. There are some cool options for this room. We went all over the place talking about maybe Rebirth or Zemo applying that ability block and hopefully prolonging that, but it's a roll of the dice. You don't want to do that. Another great option for this room is going to be War Dogs or Wakandans. I've kind of got the hybrid here because it's what I've got built up the most. This team is simply so fast and has a lot of positive effects. They're going to have basically triple stacks of everything positive before the opponent takes a turn. So they're still going to be pretty good for your defensive position here. All right, on to stage 2, portable shield device. We've seen this in previous iterations. They just moved the rooms. There's nothing really exciting here. We like a vanilla unlimited X-Men in here. They're going to have the tools that you need. I have Phantom X as a fortifier. I just realized we were talking about other stuff. You don't want him as a fortifier. Don't do that. Go with this traditional ISO settings. We did talk about unlimited X-Men and hybrids and stuff, like putting Red Hulk in here, making some people fortifiers so it would cascade those effects down, but it was too debilitating. In this tournament, you're going to want to have lots of offensive options. Unlimited X-Men isn't going to be as great a tool for you, so we like it here in room 2. Kind of a vanilla room, not caring too much about it. That's what we landed on after much debate. Room number 3, Web of Destiny. Juicy says that Tangled Web on defense is an absolute lose condition for the tournament, so you do not want to be using your Tangled Web in here. You definitely don't want to be using Web Warriors with them. The Tangled Web gives a lot of their positive effects, a lot of their benefit in their kit already goes to non-Tangled Web members in addition to this team. What really benefits this situation in room 3 is when somebody is hitting a Web Warrior, it's going to be treating it like a Tangled Web member, adding ability energy, adding turn meter, and basically it is just not useful enough. You want to retain your Tangled Web for offense, and you will see why in room 6 when we come to the nuclear holocaust room, as I like to call it, because it's a bunch of the big boys. You're gonna need them there. So options for room 3 are again kind of vanilla. We like the YA in here because it's YA and they do things that are kind of fun. We also like Wakanda variants. Again, whatever you have built big is gonna be a good filler team for this. And you could also use Bionic Avengers as a filler team, just like you're currently doing in a lot of your your Crucible matches right now. All right, let's go on to room number 4, strength in numbers on defense and offense. Every consecutive summoned character of the same summoned character on either side of the field adds 20% more max health to the future summon of that character, right? It starts a cascade effect of summons. So let's assume that your opponent is an idiot and Greg spawns in and dies and spawns in and dies and spawns in and dies. Pretty soon Greg is going to get real beefy. There is no upper limit to this. We talked about Kingpin summons. We talked about Nobu summons. We talked about Ultron summons. Ultron summons 3 different bots. Each one of those bots does not affect the other one, so you would have to wait for Ultron to spawn in another round of bots. That's not going to happen, so don't worry about Ultron. Plus, he's Masters of Evil. You want to save him for offense. What we ended up coming up with was we liked the Rebirth team. We like the Rebirth team in here, treating it yet again like another vanilla team. However, if you want to replace US Agent with Kingpin, Kingpin's going to be that pre-taunt tank, right? Because he's going to summon in. His summons are going to get a little bit of value. It's not really going to be much. That's probably your best bet is Rebirth with Kingpin if you want to try and take advantage of this room. We just like the Rebirth team as a filler. A lot of days, people's Rebirth teams are getting pretty big. And if you can keep them from killing Peggy and let Peggy take her turns and keep this team going, you can get some value out of it. This team can be a efficiency sink if they can't get done what they need to. So I kind of like Kingpin in here for US Agent, taking advantage of that. One thing that I wanted to do that I thought was the greatest thing ever was Team Green, right? All healers, though. You change Gamma to all healers and you throw in Mum. The problem with this, and we beat this one to death behind the scenes, and if you want to be a part of those conversations, by the way, just come to Twitch, links in the description. I can't remember if I plugged it in this version or not because I went through with my microphone muted. The problem with this is that Mum is just too power crept. His dupes are going to come in with X amount of health and get multiplied over and over and over and over. And even if they get 100% more health, they're still going to be pretty weak and get eliminated. And it's just not going to be effective. He's probably going to get killed unless you have him beefed out completely, just maxed out, and it's just not worth the resources. So putting in Mum, going after the summoners, it's just not valuable enough. This is kind of a trap. Honestly, if you want to just throw in Healer Gamma in here for Healer Gamma, that's something to do. You could do it, but we recommend using something that's a little more mundane, kind of like this. All right, let's go on to stage 5, health insurance on defense and offense. On turn, characters remove all positive effects from self and heal 10% of max health for each positive effect removed. I don't know why my music stopped. Man, today is just full of little problems. Okay. So, on defense and offense, remove all positive effects from self and heal 10% of max health for each positive effect removed. And what we ended up coming down to was, man, falling apart today. Here we go. Gamma Dorm. We like Gamma Dorm for a couple of reasons. Gamma functions really well without their positive effects. Their kits are fantastic. Their kits kind of heal themselves up. They don't need the offense up. We did look at teams like YA in here because YA can cleanse YA is going to have a lot of positive effects popping off all the time, and they're going to be able to cleanse negative effects. But we didn't like that because without the offense up, YA isn't going to be that powerful, and it's going to be more of an efficiency sink, not a stopping point, whereas this team is going to be tough to beat. Dorm is going to get 2 turns of Safeguard, and we don't know from the developers yet how Safeguard is going to work. If it's a positive effect that's going to be removed, we're thinking it's going to stay there and keep your positive effects from being removed. If that's the case, when Dormammu takes some damage and goes under stealth, he's going to get 2 turns of Safeguard. He's going to start stacking up those positive effects. They won't be getting removed, and you'll be able to use him with offense up and stuff like that. The rest of the Gamma team is going to function really well. They're going to have those revives on here. It's going to be a pretty powerful defense, and it's going to work really well. And other teams are not going to have the punching power without offense up to take care of this team the way you want them to. Your Doom counters into Gamma aren't going to be able to do that much damage because Doom won't be offense up. So we like this team right here. We didn't really have many other alternatives. A lot of us agreed that Gamma Dorm is the way to go. And finally, we move on to stage 6, Overcharged on defense and offense. Special abilities cost 3 more ability energy, and ultimate abilities cost 3 less energy. What we like about this is that you want to look at what characters are going to open up with big, devastating ultimate moves. And this is the way we're going to go. We're going to A-hole everybody. That's right. APOC with Darkhold in this room. You have Apocalypse opening up with his ultimate turn 1. You have Strange opening up with his big ultimate turn 1. Right? MLF, all these guys. This is just a huge slap fest of ultimates going off, and it's going to get crazy. And we think that the only way that you're really going to be able to efficiently take care of this, maybe even not efficiently, is to go into it with your Tangled Web, which you did not use on defense, plus Undying, and go in and try and clear this mess up. So that's how it's going to happen. This is our favorite pick for Room 6 because of the way the ability energy plays out. Now, I kept the guys on voice chat, but I think I kind of got through here pretty well without too many problems. But I just want to say thank you to Juicy, Prplstiky, Zero Cool Gamer. I want to say thank you to Zero. Dorky Dad was in chat. We had a bunch of people come through, help with this. We talked about it all morning long, and these are some of the best ideas that we could come up with. There are lots of content creators who are putting out some other content about these rooms that you may want to look through. Be sure to check them out. In fact, I think most of the people who I just named off probably have their own line of videos and stuff that you can take a look at for some good ideas. So good luck in the tournament. If you're facing me, I hope you don't use this advice because it is coming from some of the smartest minds in Marvel Strike Force. But remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too. And I'll see you next time. Bye.